This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app makes it easy to keep up to date with transfer news, scores and stats all in the one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description. The app is free. To watch more of this video, get over and join us on Patreon. It's harping back to those days, because in those days your club was built in the community, so you'd have businessmen, local businessmen. They had a bit of money, but they didn't have ridiculous amounts of money, and it was what money you generated as a football club, i.e. that's where the big clubs come from, because the big gates, that's where you had the five of, you know, Everton, Liverpool, United, Arsenal, Tottenham. They were the big, because they were the best supported, so that's why they were perceived as big clubs. And in Germany, because of the gates they get, and that money's going back in because the fans have got some real grip over it. But even a club like Wolfsburg, where they were owned by Volkswagen, but they're not owned. They're not owned, but they got a big portion of it. Is that like
that's a workers' town? That's why.
Is that like Red Bull, who own Leipzig? Do they own all the 51%?
They own the fans own 51%.
So do they own the 40? Does Red Bull own all of that
49%?
Okay,
but the fans own.
But I feel like also though, the fans of German football turn up and make a noise because they still feel like they've got some control of it, and because it is community led, and you don't get this idea of, oh, I'm not into it anymore because all the games are getting moved for TV. They seem to have the right mix, and even though they don't feel like it's still, you know, from the outside looking in, it's not the juggernaut that the Premier League is. But as a fan, they seem to have it right, and if you know, they won the World Cup 5 years ago. So they've got it right internationally. Okay, this time it didn't work out so well, but they seem to have the balance right. Whereas we're us as a country, Premier League, it's all just at one end of the scale, isn't it? The Premier League, the hype train, everything about it. But the quality. Would you say that over the whole of German football and over the whole of the Premier League, the quality in the Premier League was better? Because I look at us as a team and go, we are shit. And we had a chance to go 7th on Saturday. Okay, we blew it by a team that will finish 7th. But that to me is the Premier League. It's there's a lot of good stuff top end, and then a lot of shit. And then as long as you put the badge on the arm and coordinated numbers on the back of your shirt and sell them all, then who gives a shit?
But you're gonna get that because the teams at the top get all the money.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying about Germany. Germany have this almost have this balance where it's like, we'll let all the kids play over here, and it'll be dead exciting. That's the point, isn't it? Yeah, you've got all these young, youthful players. Look, Morata's the case in point, isn't he? Someone like Morata, £80 million he cost. He's shit, as far as I'm concerned. No, he is though. What did he do in English football?
Average.
He was shit in English football for his price tag. And yet this kid's going over to Germany, English lads, who like that lad from Chelsea, who they're desperate to keep hold of, but they don't play him. And he wants to go over there.
£35 million is valued at.
You know, he wants to go over there. Exactly, but he wants to go over there and play because he knows he'll play. And I'll tell you, I was looking at last night. So Everton under 23s won last night. The top of the league, right? If they win the league, that'll be the second time in 3 years they'll have won the Premier League. Premier League 2, right?
How many of those
players are getting into our team? Tom Davies, John Joe Kenny, and Dom, who had a little bit of a go of it, are all squad players. But none of them are like knocking on the door. You've got these 18-year-old kids wanting to go to Germany.
But do you think, my argument to that is, look at Dom Solanke. He was the best. He was the most top goal scorer for the under-21s and the under-23s. Obviously won the Youth World Cup, and then has had a good amount of chances. Obviously, when you're a youth player and you play in the Premier League, if you get a chance, you have to take it. Like your Rashford and your Lingard, you have to run with it. It's the tiny little glimpse of opportunity that you get. He got offered a lot of chances, especially last season. We played him. He must have played about 7-8 games, a few of them from the start.
That's 7 or 8 whole games.
I'd say a handful of them were whole games.
Come on, what I'm talking about.
But my point is, the league's so competitive. When you jump in, you have to take it.
But that's what I'm saying. In Germany, this is what I'm saying. You just said the right word there. Competitive, right? You're more kids. We'll have 18-year-olds now that we know are good at Everton. You'll have 18-year-olds that you know are good at Liverpool, that people are raving about, right?
Bloody, what's his face? Ryan Kent and Harry Wilson.
Oh, you think?
But Harry Wilson's at Derby. But all got like 14 goals.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So they're doing well, yeah. And we've got loads of kids out on loan to the Championship. I don't agree with that because I think the Championship's a load of shit. And again, you've got, but it's crap. It's crap though. You've got play.
So what do you do with them? We've argued this about 30 times.
You need, well, for me, we need either to send them abroad, right?
Yeah, but teams won't take them.
But they will, though, because Germany's proving it.
Well, like evacuees.
Basically,
send them away.
Yeah. Or, right, we need to set up or get proper feeder teams that and
yeah,
go.
We have one.
The problem is,
You used to, yeah.
the problem is the Championship is also really competitive. So we've just sent Kieran Dowell to Sheffield United. Sheffield United are trying to get promoted. They've got no time to play this kid.
I get that completely, because we had Ben Woodburn. So he was at Sheffield, believe it or not. Yeah. He was at Sheffield, and he's just been returned in January because he wasn't playing, because their squad, they don't have any gaps, any time to give anyone an opportunity. So they're just like,
the Dowell thing was mad, because Kieran Dowell, Steven Gerrard was desperate to get Kieran Dowell up to Rangers, desperate for him to go there. And we both said he should have gone there because they play in front of 45,000 people. It's in your face. I'd have loved them to have worked with Gerrard, because what Kieran Dowell has got loads of ability. He's well built. He's like 5'11". He's like a number 10, as usual for Everton.
Well, that's
right. He's got.
And they play with a number 10 as well, by the way.
His left foot is brilliant. Honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. Goals are like goal of the season, like
every time.
Yeah,
right. And if he'd have gone with Steven Gerrard, I think Steven Gerrard would have challenged him.
But this is what I'm saying with Germany.
He's gone to Sheffield United because it's around.
This is what I'm saying with Germany. Germany are trying to find that balance of saying we'll offer kids games of footy, right? So every game now in Germany, or not every game, but I imagine a lot of the game, half of the teams are full of these young, youthful players who will make mistakes. Of course,
coaches are all young. That's why coaches.
But this is what I'm saying. So you've got them. If you've got every team with that nice balance, you've got a different kind of competitiveness there, haven't you?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. We're buying the Premier League is so obsessed with bringing people like Morata in, right, for £80 million. That everything is just hype, and there's no time for anything. We see it with managers, we see it with players. It's almost like it's like the Premier League says, is almost saying now, we don't want anybody but the finished article. So that's it. So where do all those? Where Germany have got almost like the opposite thing. We're like, we're going to take all the rough diamonds, and you're going to love this footy, and it's going to be mad, and we're going to give you 4 3s and 5 4s, and the fans go, well, we'll buy into that, because what else is there?
I think it's brilliant for German football, but also I think United and Chelsea are the only real true examples of people that will buy the finished article. And as much as you can say Liverpool bought goalkeepers and centre backs, there were issues that had to be filled in that department. But then you look at Trent, Robbo, Gomez, all of them are 21 or below. Robertson's 23. But like, you've got players there that come up through the
youth. What nationality is your manager?
German. How does that prove anything?
No, there you go. Your manager is looking at rough diamonds.
He always has done. He did that with Dortmund.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he's brought on. You watch Trainer. You watch Trainer.
I'm being nice about your manager. I'm being nice about him.
Okay, my other example is Spurs.
No, listen to me. Listen. Have you watched Trainer on Netflix? Like, watch Trainer on Netflix. A German documentary.
Honestly, Jürgen's in it loads. He looks like a bad stuff though.
But it's absolutely.
Looks like he's in a swan in town.
But it's absolutely brilliant.